I'm running a little late. Oh, no, I'm not running late. I'm only going to office number two, leaving the house, going to office number two today. That's it. I actually did office number one, as always. I was at office number one, but I'm only going to office number two and office number one. Back forth, back forth. That's it. Office number three might see my face, but not for anything longer than 10 minutes. But I had a full week with office number three. So I'm not going there. Nope. Not today. But nonetheless, so I'm headed to office number two, or yes, headed to office number two, and I wanted to do our follow-up Friday. So welcome, 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 and God bless you. This is what we do. This is how we do it, right? So, and always in the car. Hey, viewers, thank you all so much for joining. I can't see your messages, but good morning, and thank you all so much for joining. Let's get some housekeeping done. If you are not following me here on Haps TV, please, please, please subscribe today. Subscribe today because we will always have a lot of conversation regarding business, regarding life, regarding, how to go forward, obviously. But if you're also not following me or subscribe to my YouTube channel, please subscribe today. Follow us join us on the Facebook group, The Royal Court. We are there motivating, we are there pushing, we are there challenging. It's all about business. Sometimes it's about ministry, most times it's about business. You can't separate the two, so make sure you do what's necessary. And then also follow me on Facebook as Bad Coach Dana. So good morning and God bless you. Listen, let me tell you something. My follow up today is really kind of along the lines of the summit that I was at with office number three. And even though I had to host a few virtual rooms, I was still excited and really understood, what we were doing. It was a summit on poverty, and the the kicker part about it is you have to really hear the title and work through the title to understand why it is what it is. And again, so it's the summit on poverty, and it's talking about poverty, why we're in poverty, some solutions to poverty, but the real nitty gritty conversations that I think people need to have. And this is what we did for 3 days. Hey, viewers, good morning. Thank you so much for joining. For me, when I think about poverty, I think about being in business and what am I doing to change the wealth um, meter for my life. And if I'm not doing that, why am I not? So let's go back. This is follow up Friday, right? And I always talk about whatever happened on Money Monday. Did you accomplish your goals and all of that? I have to look at if I didn't accomplish the goals, the money goals that I had on Monday, spend 3 days at a summit on poverty, and then on follow up Friday, try to respond to money goals. What am I doing? Am I doing enough? Am I putting forth my effort to show people who are going paycheck to paycheck or government assistance to government assistance? Am I putting forth enough? Is my fruit showing up enough for those people? And those people, so that they know that they can change their whole narrative of their lives. They don't have to continuously live in poverty. It's not just about moving out of certain neighborhoods. It's about showing up in those neighborhoods with a different storyline. And so this follow up, I always talk some follow up Friday. I talk about faith. I talk about how important that is in your life and with your ministry. And I'm sorry, with your business, yes, and your ministry. But today, I really want us to I want you to reflect on whatever goals you set on Monday, your financial goals on Monday, but also say to yourself, in setting those financial goals, did you put yourself in a place of receiving that made sense, so that at the end of the week you were truly receiving what you set out? And if you did that, what did you do in the middle of the week that would have helped people to see who you are, what you're doing, why you're doing it, where you come from? Okay. And what stories did you tell in order to show people, hey, you can, yeah, it's cold, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, you can get out of poverty, you can build wealth. I say this all the time about building wealth. I say Deuteronomy 8 and 18, that God gives us the ability to do wealth, but are we using that ability? Because it takes some action. Faith without works is dead. Am I right? So in all of your goal setting and all of your wealth building motivation affirmations and all that stuff that you guys know that you probably do, what happened this week? Did that show up? If it didn't, what could you have done better? What could you have done differently? So I've said, I had a client consult on Tuesday, and one of the things, we had a great conversation, putting some things in place, putting some things in motion, blah 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 blah. Right, until she gave me insight on something God had told her to do, and she just hadn't done it. Now, this was a second piece of insight on something God had told her to do, but this thing that God had told her to do was before the second thing that she told me about initially, which had me on this Zoom meeting saying, I need you to put everything I just said to you down here and do that, because that's why you're not where you're at. That's why this cannot increase, because you're not where you're at. Now, you can do all the homework or whatever to build up this, but this will never go anywhere else if you don't do this. So for me, this week, I had an impromptu coaching session with my own coach. I believe it was yesterday, and it was one of those, we got to say what we got to say because it's a God thing, and just we got to say it. And when her what she said to me yesterday was a addendum, an add no, and yes, an addendum to what she said to me during our coaching session, but it was also in the understanding of where I know I am and where I know I need to be. So it was another form of confirmation. So this week, when I'm talking to her yesterday, I had to look at what happened since Sunday, our consult, all the way through to yesterday, and I realized how little nuances, because I was saying, yes, I totally agree, I'm not in place, molded together. When I talked to my client on Tuesday, and I said to her, okay, put this that we just talked about down here and handle that, God was showing me, had been showing me through the conversation, that I was missing something. And when she added that, that's what I was missing. And that's what she needed to do. See, business, especially when we know God gave it to us, because that's the first question I asked. Business is about what God has said, not what we want, not what we desire. Yeah, we want to be millionaires and billionaires, but if God has told us what to do in building a business, you know what? We can get the desires of our heart, but we have to be obedient to what we said we would do. And I know what I said I would do. I know what I said what I would do. I know what my yes was. I know what God has dropped in my spirit, and I know what He said I should do regarding people, and then how this end time everything. So my whole week has been, have I followed up with what God released through my coach on Sunday? Have I followed up? And yes, I have. My clients, I was able to speak in other not other situations, but I was able to speak at into someone's life, business life, on a clubhouse last night, giving them the reality of who I am and how I got here, and really standing on the fact that it's my faith. It is who I know God to be. And so all of what I want you to reflect on. Let's can we call this reflection Friday too as well? What I want you to reflect on is everything you said that you would do on Money Monday. And ask yourself, did I make that $1,000? Did I make that $5,000? Did I make that 500? Did I make that $10? Did I do what I said I would do in order to make that money? Did I put forth the effort? Because even if you didn't make the 5,000, 5,500, $1,000 this week, even if you didn't, did you put forth the effort? I need you to pat yourself on the back for the effort. But then I need you to finish off this week strong. I need you to finish off this week strong. You have through to the end of tomorrow. And if you're like me and you have a Sabbath day, well, maybe you don't have through to tomorrow. But today is your day. You have to get it today. And that's why I'm not going to office number 3. Because I am pulling back I'm pushing back on what I know I should be doing, should have been doing, and never stop doing, so that one, I could build my business, and two, I could honor God's word, which is honor the Sabbath. So I'm taking back my Sabbath. Sabbath starts tonight at about 5, and it'll go through tomorrow about 5. And from 5 until I'll be working on office number 1. And then on Sunday, I'll be doing office number 1 and office number 2. I'm taking my life back. I'm taking my schedule back. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing because this is what God told me to do. I'm not playing any more games about my life, let alone my business. So consider that for yourselves. What did you say you would do on Monday? What did you say that you would put out there on Monday? What did you say that you wanted to gain when you were there Monday? And if it's not there today, listen, it's 8:09. Oh no, my it's 8:11. 8:11 Central Standard Time. By 8:11 tonight Central Standard Time, I want you to have accomplished all of your goals. It, I want you to get at least 90% of the way. 90% of the way. Because I always say it can't always be about money, but it does have to be about the work. If you put the work in and didn't get the money, ask yourself why. Look at why. Is it because you're showing up where your audiences aren't? Why are you doing that? Why are you going to places where your market isn't even at? I went to a vendor event Saturday that they asked me to speak on social media etiquette, and I did. And they allowed me to have a vendor booth, which was great. But I can speak those things to those people, that audience. I can teach them a little something about what they need to do for business and life. I can do that. But guess what? That wasn't my audience. There was one person in that audience that was ready to invest, and actually she had invested like 2 3 days before in the coaching services. But everyone else, it's all about how much money I can make. If you're not building relationships, you're not making any money. And then if you're crushing relationships, that's a whole nother conversation. Then you're gonna stop making money. What did you say you were gonna do on Monday? What do you need to do? How many more prayers you need to say? And it's not even how many more prayers. It is how detailed do your prayers need to be so that you get detailed instructions. Where are you in your faith walk that you're leaving money on the table because you're not reflecting properly? You're not following up properly. See, I started talking about the summit and what I'm doing in business to show others that they can get out of poverty. I live in the hood. I live in the heart of the hood. They got a movie about the zip code I live in, but I'm still there. I would sit on the porch, have a cigar. I would sit on the porch, have coffee. I don't invite people over. I don't play loud music. I don't. If I talk to people in the neighborhood, hey, hello, how are you doing? Is everything okay? What do you need? I do all of those different things. I make sure my neighborhood is good. I make sure my neighbors are good. If I don't see this guy, I go knock on his door. Mr. So and so, are you okay? Is everything all right? You've been traveling? Are you good? Are you, hey, y'all good? Kids good? Okay. I do those things. I show up, is what I'm saying to you. I show up in my neighborhood. I don't show up as Bitter Betty, Petty Paula, or Bougie Tina. I show up as Dana, who lives in the hood, who also is an entrepreneur, who also goes and works at the tax office. I show up as that girl. I show up as the girl who's going to pray when someone dies. I show up as that girl. I show up as the one who can say to everyone else, guess what? Everything that you wanted in your 20s and 30s is a possibility, even in your 50s. You just have to know and put forth the effort. So go back, look at what you were wanting to do on Monday, see how close you are to that, get a little closer. I'm not telling you to do it 100%, but Lord, if you get to 100%, praise Him. But if you don't, at least put forth the work. Don't be like I was trying to help everybody and I'm out there not even putting forth the work. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I had to get over being tired and being exhausted. I just had to change my schedule. I wasn't going to lose sleep. I wasn't going to be that entrepreneur that I used to be. Oh no. I'm not losing sleep. I'm just changing my schedule and putting forth where it needs to be. So, let me stop talking so much. Go back. What did you want to do on Monday? Did you get there? If you did get there, were you able to show others how you got there? Was the fruit of your labor evident, even if you didn't tell anyone? If you didn't get there, how can you get there? Do people still see you working? So, at the end of the day, we're doing what we do. No matter what our goals were on Monday, we're going to reflect on them, we're going to follow up on them, and we're going to push ourselves to, by the end of the day today. For me, it's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. That's it. I'm done. Come 5 o'clock, 5:01, I should be sitting in my sitting room watching a movie. Although I don't watch TV, so I might be reading a book. Nonetheless, by the end of today, get closer to your goals, baby. It's all for you. God bless. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'll see you guys on Monday.